Well, good morning and welcome to lesson 131. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. And I think in that header, asks is the key word there. Already, it's a big one. We've got 3-page lesson, so we'll just get into it. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. That's anything in the world. Right? And also, if you do achieve something in the world, the happiness associated with your achieving it that you perceive might be there, it fades, and anyone can sort of know that for themselves, I guess. As soon as you get something that you really want, it's like, got it now, because it's the wanting that you're addicted to. Okay, it's the wanting that you're using as a mechanism to maintain that void, that distance, that separation from being fulfilled now and being fulfilled in the future through externalizing cause or through internalizing cause, one or the other, right? So we're making a choice today to internalize, to recognize that the kingdom of heaven is within us and that our happiness cannot be found out there in the world, not in a way that is unconditional and can be shared with everyone and everything. Okay, that has to come from within. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. You look for permanence in the impermanent, for love where there is none. For safety in the midst of danger, immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Who could succeed where contradiction is the setting of his searching and the place to which he comes to find stability? Goals which are meaningless are not attained. There is no way to reach them. For the means by which you strive for them are meaningless, as are they. Who can use such senseless means and hope through them to gain in anything? Where can they lead? And what could they achieve that offers any hope of being real? Pursuit of the imagined leads to death, because it is the search for nothingness, and while you seek for life, you ask for death. Right? And that's really cool. It's like, I seek for life. I swear to myself, I tell myself that's what I'm doing for my safety, for my joy and everything like that. Failing to realize that the running program in the background of my mind, okay, which I'm oblivious to, is one wherein my external searching will never succeed, because I'm searching amidst a fabric or a paradigm which actually doesn't exist. I'm making it up in my mind. All my thoughts about it are only the value that it has. You look for safety and security while in your heart you pray for danger and protection for the little dream you made. Yet searching is inevitable here. For this you came, and you will surely do the thing you came for. But the world cannot dictate the goal for which you search unless you give it power to do so. Otherwise, you still are free to choose a goal that lies beyond the world and every worldly thought, and one which comes to you from an idea relinquished, yet remembered, old, yet new, an echo of a heritage forgot, yet holding everything you really want. Be glad that search you must. Be glad as well to learn you search for heaven and must find the goal you really want. No one can fail to want this goal and reach it in the end. God's Son cannot seek vainly, though he try to force delay, deceive himself, and think that it is hell he seeks. When he is wrong, he finds correction. When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed task. No one remains in hell, for no one can abandon his Creator, nor affect his perfect timelessness and unchanging love. You will find heaven. Everything you seek but this will fall away, yet not because it has been taken from you. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want as certainly as God created you in sinlessness. Why wait for heaven? It is here today. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Yet this cannot be if it is where God wills his Son to be? How could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? What he wills is now, without a past and wholly futureless. It is as far removed from time as is a tiny candle from a distant star, or what you chose from what you really want. Heaven remains your one alternative to this strange world you made and all its ways, its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures and its tragic joys. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. God does not suffer conflict, nor is his creation split in two. How could it be his Son could be in hell when God himself established him in heaven? Could he lose what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? Let us not try longer to impose an alien will upon his single purpose. He is here because he wills to be, and what he wills is present now, beyond the reach of time. Today we will not choose a paradox in place of truth. How could the Son of God make time to take away the will of God? He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven and believes that he abides in what does not exist, while heaven is the place he cannot find. Leave foolish thoughts like these behind today and turn your mind to true ideas instead. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. And it is truth we ask to reach today. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today, and we will ask to see the rising of the real world to replace the foolish images that we held dear with true ideas arising in the place of thoughts which have no meaning, no effect, and neither source nor substance in the truth. This we acknowledge as we start upon our practice periods. Begin with this. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For several minutes, watch your mind and see. Although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Oh, sorry. I'll just read that again. Ready? So for several minutes, watch your mind and see. Although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Review the thoughts as well, which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. Then let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they cannot enter. There is a door beneath. This is really cool. You ready? Goes directly into the meditation. There is a door beneath them in your mind which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. Okay, I'll get back to that, I think, at the end of the lesson. That's really cool. So seek for that door and find it. But before you try to open it, remind yourself no one can fail who asks to reach the truth. And it is this request you make today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal. Ready? Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal is valued now nor sought. Nothing before this door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open with your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise perhaps will make you pause before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. You cannot fail today. Okay? There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you that you might approach this door someday and through his aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. Ah. Today that day has come. Today God keeps his ancient promise to his holy Son, as does his Son remember his to him. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed time and place where you will find the goal of all your searching here and all the seeking of the world, which ends together as you pass beyond the door. Remember often that today should be a time of special gladness, and refrain from dismal thoughts and meaningless laments. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you and for the world. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this: today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. And I think, it's the end of the lesson. I think just in commenting on that idea of the door below your conscious thoughts, that's a true one. So, I mean, obviously it's a true one. Jesus is there. It's like got his name on the book. But the idea of, and for some people and for myself also, I can't say that I get a sense of it feeling like it's below, but it just sort of happens. There's like a sort of a little whoosh moment there. There's like a little something in my mind that occurs when I let go of my thoughts and stay in the present, stay in the now, where in that moment of that total letting go, there's an explosion of light. That's all I can tell you, an explosion of light. There are many light episodes that you may have in relationship to this course, and I think it's advantageous not to try and form any particular decision about any of them. Just simply allow them to be what they are, as witness to the truth within you. But of course, the enlightenment of the mind is the realization of, oh goodness me, hiccups, of the oneness with God, or oneness in God, or oneness of self, probably better. And I think also too, with these lessons, you're probably beginning to notice that they are now taking on the platform of preparing you or drawing you into that moment of stillness. Today we will be still and seek the truth. Today I will ask to seek the truth. All these sorts of things. Beyond this world, there's a world I want. I find it within myself. Okay, so it's not like, let me try to put this in a way, it's going to be a bit hard to explain, right? So you have to take it from me for a second. In my mind, I've had an experience of oneness, or the oneness of self, which had nothing to do with this physical thing, the body, nothing. It was beyond that, outside of that paradigm. In that, I find myself back here using this avatar with a sense of timelessness. Okay, so for the first few years, maybe 5-6 years, let's say after that experience, I mean, there's no after, but it's the only way I can talk about it in, because that experience is now. But there was an idea of the world and God, and then through the purification process, now there is still the world, but meaningless. Whereas before, the lessons and the workbook and everything, the world had lots of meanings, and I still come across them. Don't get me wrong, and I still come across these little things. Oh, look at that! I've given that a meaning, and then the memory of God has never changed, right? So it's just there blazing away somewhere in recognition. I can't say in my head. I don't know where it is, but it's there. And there's a point, like with these lessons that we're doing lately, where the choice, okay, to give the external world a value is something that we're looking at honestly, hopefully by now, looking at honestly and being honest with ourselves. Yes, I do give it a value. I do actually still want it. There is things here I think I like, but I'm being offered salvation. So on one hand, I've got the world and my lament, like you said, you know, where I love that word lament. So I don't know if that's a good lament, but on one hand, and then on the other hand, Jesus is saying, "Come on, take a step with me here. Take a step with me here. You can do this." And we have to let go of that, and then say yes to the offering. Right, so we're being reminded again and again and again, but it's not really again, it's now. The first time, we're being reminded for the first time. And when our hearing, let's say, or when my hearing is such that I'm doing these lessons, and bing, the light bulb goes on. Holy cow, I cannot see two worlds. I have to make a choice here. My choice is I choose for God. Even though I'm still beset with all my I'm going to choose for God amidst all of that. Okay. The world will always hold out something, some drama, some pandemic, some fucking God knows what, to try and tempt me to think that there's something I need to do to preserve my life in the world or to be safe in the world. It's like, man, this was always a one-way trip. As far as the dreaming goes, it's the realm of death. You know, it takes a lot. It's like even now, I still remind myself that of every day. You know, like every morning I wake up and I'm like, okay, still here. You know, like there still must be a use for this avatar for the healing of my mind that believes somewhere hidden away in the depths that there's value in the idea of separation somewhere. Right? I'm not going to beat myself up and judge myself for that. I'm not going to. I'm just going to be about the honest appraisal of what it is that I believe, so that I can relinquish it in favor of what's being offered to me. Okay, basically there's no point shifting deck chairs on the Titanic. It's going down. Get to the lifeboats. All right, that's it for today. I love you, and with a love that's not of this world, because there isn't any love in this world, it's in you. So I loose the world from, it's a fantastic lesson, 132 tomorrow. I loose the world from all I thought it was. Okay, and I know there's no tomorrow. I'm just getting excited about something that's already occurred. Peace.